You have to pay really close attention when watching the Bluey series because if you don't, you're going to miss a lot of details. Have you noticed the most hidden secrets in the Little Blue Dog series? Coco and Mackenzie. One detail that a lot of people didn't notice is that Bluey isn't the only girl who likes Mackenzie. Her friend Coco is also in love with the Border Collie, and we see this in the episode Circus when they're playing and putting on a fun performance. The pink poodle had the idea of being an acrobat, meaning she would do impressive body tricks like backflips and incredible somersaults, but she also said she would be Mackenzie's wife while he was the lion tamer. When Mackenzie refused, she tried asking Bluey to force the Border Collie to accept, meaning Coco really likes her classmate. Could this become a problem in the future? Let's find out. You already know, right? Another Cinewave is starting. Winton. The problem might be Winton. That's because the cutest bulldog in the world is in love with Coco. If you didn't notice that, we can see a clue about these feelings during the episode Typewriter. Teacher Calypso is telling a story to the students, and then Winton sits next to his friend and asks to stay close to her. Coco doesn't seem to like the attention very much, but that alone was enough for us to understand how Winton feels. Will this couple ever work out someday? Brother. Bluey and Bingo already had a brother, and yes, we already told you about this, but there are some moments that make us realize what's happening inside the Healer house. Chilli and Bandit's reaction when the balloon on Bingo's belly pops is one of the most famous scenes. Mr. Healer holds his wife's hand because he knows that moment represents the pain they felt when their first puppy died. Then in the episode Sleepy Time, when Bingo stands on the planet Mercury, that's also proof, since it's the first planet in the solar system, meaning the one closest to the sun. In this episode, Bingo is born from inside planet Earth, which is the third planet, meaning she is the third child. These are really cool details, right? Cake. Some people didn't realize that Bingo's birthday cake exists in the real world, and we're not saying people started making it because of the show. That's not it at all. The duck cake is a recipe that has existed for more than 40 years, even before Bluey existed as an animated series. It came from a famous Australian magazine called Australian Women's Weekly. Be honest, you totally wanted a slice, didn't you? Car. Do you know the episode Traitors, where one of the dogs building a pond in the Healer's backyard is fighting with his girlfriend? Do you know why they fought? We do, and we're going to tell you now. The younger worker is fighting with his girlfriend because of some kind of traffic accident, probably a huge ticket he got, because during the days he went to Bluey's house, he had to get rides from either his girlfriend or his boss, but at the end of the episode, he's the one driving home. In other words, he knows how to drive and even owns a car, but something happened that stopped him from driving during the days he went to the Healer house. And the whole issue surrounding this character is the fact that he needs a ride. The question you need to ask is very simple. When the couple stopped fighting, the boyfriend finally went back to the driver's seat. Why? See how the reason for the fight was the car? Would you like a ride to Bluey's house? Comment the hashtag Bluey so we can get to know each other. Uncle and Aunt. Speaking of couples fighting, let's talk about Uncle Stripe and Aunt Trixie Healer. They have problems in their marriage. And before we explain this to you, let's make it clear that every couple argues, even Bandit and Chilli. But in Uncle Stripe and his wife's case, we have more than one scene of them fighting. The first one happened in the episode Facey Talk, when they appear arguing about Muffin's behavior after she makes a huge mess at home. The second happens at Frisky's wedding, when Socks is playing with the cake topper figures, and this is an interesting detail because apparently Socks knows very well how her parents fight, since she's acting out the exact same argument with the little figures. Did you notice that detail? Illness. You know that Pug Granny from the episode Granny Mobile is one of the meanest and most annoying characters in the entire cartoon. Good thing she only appears once, but did you notice that she's actually very sick? That lady is probably in a bad mood because she really isn't feeling well. She buys Bluey's neighbor's mobility scooter because of that. That scooter is used by people who have serious trouble walking, meaning she truly needed it. She even paid almost $2,000 for it because of that. It's okay not to like the character, but at least we have to admit that she needs help. Childhood. Have you ever realized that Chilli may have had a rough childhood? She's one of the best moms in the world, but if we put together the details we know about Chilli's childhood, we end up with a terrible conclusion. She wasn't happy. Chilli's mother passed away when she was very young because of an illness, probably some kind of cancer, as we see in the episode Dragon from season 3. Now, another detail talks about her father. Mr. Cattle was a soldier, meaning that, just like Rusty's dad, he wasn't home very often. That means Chilli and her sister spent years without the presence of either of their parents. And that's a really sad thing. Did you notice that detail? Job. Now, another Another detail that a lot of people didn't notice is that the healers lost their jobs at the end of season 3, at least the jobs they used to have. Bandit had accepted a job offer in another city with higher pay, but in the end, he turned the offer down and stayed in Brisbane, while Chilli worked as airport security, but she was going to move away with the family, meaning she had to leave her job. It's very possible that both of them had already quit their jobs to move to another city, but when they changed their minds, did their old workplaces take them back? And what if somebody else already took their positions? That's a detail very few fans noticed. Muffin. Bluey's cousin Muffin has a YouTube channel in the Bluey universe. It's called Muffin's Toys, where the little dog does toy unboxings that different stores send to her. This is interesting because apparently Muffin is a very special child who is also super famous, and that makes us think that this little dog actually earns a lot of money. Look, you can make really good money if you have a YouTube channel with lots of views, and that's why we think Muffin's parents have a pretty good life because of it. Could it be that they don't even need to work because of their daughter's channel? There's a new video here every day, so subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date. Indy. Another hidden detail talks about Indy and how she actually doesn't like being vegan like her parents. Let's remember that Indy doesn't eat sugar, flour, hot dogs, ketchup, and several other things kids love. And that's already a huge problem because Indy has to watch her friends having fun and enjoying really tasty food. Now, something that's truly a problem for the little dog are the super stinky farts. Don't know what we're talking about? It's simple. In the episode where Bandit farts in Bluey's face, we find out that he had eaten a vegan nut roast at Indy's house. The stinky gas might not have anything to do with Indy being vegan because honestly, there's no such thing as a good smelling fart, but it's the food made in Indy's house by her parents that probably causes that effect. Weight. Did you know that Bandit has problems with his weight? In the episode Granny Mobile, when he's arguing with the grumpy pug granny, she says that Mr. Healer should eat fewer cookies, meaning he had a bigger belly than he should have. When Bandit hears that, he freezes in shock and then goes in front of the mirror to see if it was really true. This detail shows that Mr. Healer has serious issues accepting his weight. Is it fear of getting fat or vanity because he wants to look good? Let's find out next season. Karate. Did you know that Bluey is good at fighting? It's true, the star of the series knows very well how to throw punches and kicks. In the episode Bin Night, we can see Bluey wearing a martial arts gi. Right after that, at the end of the episode, if you pay close attention, you'll notice that the belt around her waist changes from white, which means beginner, to yellow, which is the next level in karate. You better not mess with Bluey. She might kick your head. Frisky and Chilli. Did you know that Chilli lied to the girls in the episode where they're looking for Frisky around the city? When Mrs. Healer discovers that her best friend is at the city lookout, the girls ask how she knew the bride was there. Chilli answers that the two of them used to visit the lookout to think when they were younger, but that's actually a lie. First of all, it's important to point out that Chilli pauses before answering, meaning she's lying, and there are two reasons for that. The first reason is because the girls are too young to know what Chilli and Frisky used to do there, and the second reason is because it's a joke. The word Chilli uses is to think, but actually she wanted to say a completely different word. She meant to drink. In English, those words rhyme, and that rhyme is a way of revealing the truth to the fans. Chilli and Frisky used to go to the city lookout when they were younger to meet their boyfriends and drink alcohol, something way too heavy for the girls to know at that moment. Competition. In the episode The Show, Bluey asks her parents how they met, and Chilli answers that there was a competition. When she says that, Bandit makes a face like he suddenly remembered something bad. That means that back when they first met, Mr. Healer had to compete for Chilli's attention. But compete against who? Does that mean there was another guy interested in the same girl? Of course there was. But we still don't know exactly how Bandit won Chilli's heart. Hopefully that story will appear in the next season. But until then, stay with us. We've left 2 videos on your screen so you can choose and keep having fun with us. See you in the next video.